There we go. Natasha Phipps, we're live. Thanks for joining me.
Woohoo, we're live. Thank you for having me.
We are live.
I
And
missed
you know something? We're here to talk about real estate as always. And certainly we want to talk about what's going on in Alberta. You know, it's interesting is that in a lot of the research I've been doing just recently, because we had a member meeting last night, and I was really bringing Alberta to the forefront because it's, you know, as an economy, Alberta's been a standout against the whole country. You know, really, certainly there's lots of stuff going on the East Coast, but when it comes to just a very strong economy, economically, Alberta continues to stand out in migration, GDP, job growth. I mean, it's got all of the pieces. But give us a little bit of an insight into what's going on in Calgary. What does it mean to real estate investors? You know, what's going on in Calgary?
Yeah, I think real estate investors and just Canadians, period, are all seeking similar things right now. We're looking for affordability and price point and stability. There's definitely some, uneasiness and uncertainty out there. And so whether that means picking up and moving across the country because you want more, money in your pocket at the end of the month, and that makes you look at Alberta, or you're an investor who wants a bit of security and stability, affordability, cash flow, and an appreciating market. Like, I think that's something that we're all still adjusting to a little bit, given what Alberta's been through. But that's kind of the word on the street now. It's like Calgary's kind of where I need to turn to. And a lot of people are really, really excited. And I can say now too, for Calgary, almost every type of market sector has positive news. And it's really driven by the awesome diversification that's happening here in Calgary. So it's a really exciting time.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to diversification, I mean, it's something that we need when it comes to jobs. I mean, Alberta has historically been, okay, you're in Alberta, boomtown. It's all about oil. It's all about energy. And that's just not the case anymore. Of course, it's foundational to the province. But when we look at what's happening, just the movie industry alone, as an example, let alone the tech that's moving in there. Anything else that you would shine a light on when it comes to industry?
One is the medical field. Like the Calgary Cancer Center is opening this year. We've been talking about that for quite some time. And with Alberta's highest wages in that field, and we're going to be Western Canada's, sort of institute for cancer research and treatment. It's a really exciting time for the medical field. And when you put that with real estate, the new cancer center is right by the existing Foothills Hospital, not far from the Children's Hospital. And that alone is driving so many people and eyeballs on those areas. So following the jobs, right? Like, where are people going and why are they going there? So that's one area I'm really excited about.
And Alberta's got a ton of interprovincial migration coming in, immigration, and then also refugees coming into the province. And I know that Calgary has seen some of those refugees show up on their doorstep, but certainly just immigration overall coming into the province and ending up in Calgary seems to be really showing up. Now, I know because you've got lots of experience in the property management side of things, are you also seeing that demand of rental properties continue to grow?
It's a consistent growth month over month. Winter is always a little bit slower, of course. And so we just are coming out of that. But this winter wasn't nearly as kind of sleepy as it normally is, purely because vacancy is so low. There's just not a lot to choose from. And people are coming here with not a lot of notice, or they're urgently needing housing, or even, maybe they're building a home and their house has been delayed by 6 months. And there's these needs for rental properties, long-term, short-term, mid-term. Everything is in demand. And really great things for landlords right now is you have a choice of tenants. You can, review 12 applications and pick who you like the most that fits what you're looking for. So the control and the choice of tenants is really exciting to find that alignment for the landlord and what they're ultimately looking for.
Now, I want to unpack this a little more. Now, the big conversation always across the country is, can I buy and get cash flow? Can I buy a duplex and get cash flow? Can I even afford it? Because of course, if you're in British Columbia, if you're talking in Ontario, that seems to be a really big, like, forget it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get cash flow. All the stories that go along with that, even though a lot of that's not true. What's happening in Calgary? Because it's a way different price point.
Yeah, way different price point. You can get cash flow for sure. The event, I really want to, the kind of theme of it is diversification in all things. With the uncertainty and the uneasiness out there, diversifying in different property types, in different cities and areas is the way to reduce risk. And so we're going to take that from like a planning perspective when you're looking at your real estate acquisitions, whether they're active or passive. We're going to actually talk about both at this event, which is fun. And people are using Calgary as a way to do that, whether that's getting into multifamily real estate for the first time. Like I have tons of clients all of a sudden that own their residential portfolio in Ontario. They want to jump up, but the multifamily space there is challenging for them. And they're worried about the legislation, and the legislation impacts their ability to refinance and raise rents and all that stuff. So it's working across all sectors. So you can diversify here in Calgary across strategies as well as obviously locations.
But I love the theme of diversification because, here's, with what's going on economically, we're at the effect of, certainly the geopolitical issues on a macro scale that we've never been at the effect of before. There's nothing to compare to. I see economists even, and I know myself, I have a tendency to compare to historical norms, and this is a different time. And so as much as we want to rely on what history has shown us, I think there's some kind of risks in doing that because it's a different time. And I don't want to say it's different this time. It is a different time and a different set of circumstances that are going to affect the housing market differently. But the ability to get our money to work in real estate is still a proven strategy. And you've got some things that you're going to present at the event. You're going to be talking about how to diversify, to your point, multifamily. And I know you and your team have got a few options that you're going to be sharing. And am I talking out of school, or is what you're going to be doing?
Yeah. Also, thank you for coming to Calgary. I'm really excited to have you here. Patrick's going to give his update on the kind of Calgary market and some things to consider there. And then I have my trusted mortgage broker here in Calgary who also takes a financial planning perspective. So we're going to actually take a couple tangible deals, like things you could go and buy, and how would you incorporate that into a diversification plan in your mortgage and financial planning in terms of building out your portfolio. So we want it to be tangible, something you can take away, and then also how to include that for passive and active opportunities. So it's going to be something you walk away with tangible ideas and next steps if you want to implement. And then, of course, also some really great economic updates in terms of what's going on here in Calgary.
100%. Something, I remain very bullish on Alberta and specifically Calgary. And, let's just get all of the emotion out of it and say, as investors, what do we need to do? We need to look at the data. So, one of the things that I'll be bringing to the table to talk about is, what is the data? Why am I so bullish on Calgary? And why are you so bullish on it? Because, of course, you look at the data as well. You're part of the Real Estate Investment Network and have been for a long time. So you understand the economic fundamentals that drive a region in the real estate. So Natasha, I want to say, first off, thanks for giving us this little bit of an update. Those of you who are listening, make sure you get out. March 15th, we're in Calgary. Link is in the description below. Get registered, come out and enjoy us, join us and enjoy. And Natasha, thanks for doing that.
Thanks for having me, and come hungry, everybody. We want to have dinner, we're going to have drinks, we're going to hang out, and there'll be also time to network. So can't wait to see everybody.
Well, that's the other thing, right? There's going to be, the ability to give some hugs, shake some hands, kiss some babies, whatever it might be. But anyways, we're going to be there. We're going to have some fun. And thanks a lot, Natasha.
Thank you.